All right, guys. Bandity alert. I know I look like a little Dutch boy on my hair. I need a haircut. When my hair starts winging out like that, I'm like a little Dutch boy, and it's time for him. And I am, well, sort of Dutch anyway. I'll tell you this story. All right, guys. I'll give you all an explanation. This is not going to be a short video. This one's going to go on for a couple of minutes. I know your attention spans are short, but we're not going to ride the bicycle cross country. We're not. Everybody up in the north, and I may have said this in a past video yesterday or something, but this is what's going to happen. I'm going to stay here, well, St. Augustine mostly, obviously, because that's where my captain is. But Flagler Beach, they let me here too. I'm in Flagler Beach right now. I headed out of St. Augustine this morning around 6:30ish, whatever, so I headed out, man. And my friend, I flew that sign. Remember, I was flying the sign for the Flagler Beach farmers market. And the guy's like, what are you doing on Saturday? I mean, if you're not working for the captain, what are you going to do? Why don't you come down, fly a sign for us, man. The people love you. Everything is so cool, man. I'm in a crossroads right now. I'm in a crossroads. I truly am, especially after what happened to me today. Today was one of the most adventurous days pirates for us have had in a long time. And we're gonna stay. We're not gonna ride the bicycle across the country. We're not gonna do it. But nothing else has changed. We are still gonna start another YouTube channel. Chickens Are Us. We're gonna do that. We're gonna stay with this captain. He's gonna pull it back together. I've spent enough time with this guy. And he and I, we know all the same people, and just I'm falling in love with this guy real fast, man. He just thoroughly has impressed me. He's made all the right decisions. He hasn't given up for nothing. I mean, he is a snaggletooth tiger, this guy, and I'll sail with him anywhere. As I said, he's made all the right decisions from what I've witnessed. Well, they wanted me to come back down here to Flagler Beach and play the farmers market tomorrow, and so I did. I headed out this morning. I rode my bike 35 miles, something like that. But in the process of today, I solved a crime with the Bunnell. The Bunnell Police Department they're like my. Of course, we don't know each other, but they see me. They've been seeing me around. I spent the whole winter here, so they see me around, whatever. And everybody knows Pirates Are Us here in Flagler County. They do. Been in their jail twice. They quit arresting me because they realized, well, it's not going to do any good to throw him in jail. He's just not going to leave. We're just going to feed him. That's it. So they quit arresting me. God bless Flagler Beach, man. But anyway, this kid vandalized this park that I stopped in Bunnell. I'd come all the way from St. Augustine. I stopped in Bunnell. There's a park there that I like a lot. And I was sitting there, and this kid vandalized the bathroom, and I called him out on it, and I knew it was him because, when I got there, there was nobody around. I went in there first. The bathroom was just fine. They just even repainted it, and I went back to whatever, sat down, drank a beer, had lunch, watched some YouTube videos, blah, blah, blah. I went back to relieve myself again, and there was all this graffiti on the wall, and it was this group of white, I called them homeless. They're not homeless. They're not homeless. I'm sure they live in a trailer. So if you go back to that video, and of course, I told them I was going to call the cops, but they didn't have to. They did. And they were telling the cops all this shit, trying to drag me in the mud. But they didn't know it was Pirates or Us, They didn't know it was me, that they were fucking with. And of course, everything's on video because there's nothing but cameras in this park. There's cameras all over the pavilions and everything. I mean, the cops saw everything, And they were just so gracious with me. I don't have to worry about Benel cops anymore. They're not gonna, they're gonna like, this guy's cool, man. He's weird, but he's cool. And so that ended. And they're trespassing. They trespassed him. They told him, don't ever come back here again. And the one cop told me, he's like, you solved a crime. I mean, we've been looking for this kid. And I said, it's the boy. But the boy did it. He's like 13 maybe. I don't know. Smart mouth. He needs to be punished. You know what? If it were me, of course, if I were his dad, I'd have beat his britches off. But you know what they should do? They should make him go in there with a fucking toothbrush and scrub that shit off the walls with toothpaste, whatever. Don't give him nothing. Just scrub it off with water and a toothbrush. I don't care how long it takes, all summer. Because if he doesn't get punished, he's going to continue to do that sort of thing the rest of his life, And it's the people he's surrounded by that are. His mother probably gave him the ink pen, But anyway, that happened, That happened. Hey, the reason I'm saying toothbrush, because when I was in the Navy, I went through like 3 captains, I think. I went through like 3 of them. But there was this one captain I had, and I can't remember his name. This is the early 80s, whatever. And he was all right. I liked the guy. But he made me go down the bilge and scrub it with a toothbrush when I pissed him off. And he made me. But when I was down there scrubbing, I was thinking, yeah, maybe we shouldn't do that again, All right. Anyway, that's right. So anyway, guys, we're not going to ride the bicycle cross country. We're going to stay here. I am the Mr. Corey's crew. He doesn't need any more than me, so it's just going to be me and the captain. Pretty sure I'm going to get to live on this boat before it's over. If he wants me to stick around, he will. We know all the same people, and I've lived on their boats, and so it'll be fine. The reason I came here is because they want me to do the Flagler farmers market, and he was telling me, Mr. Jim, his name's Jimmy. That's all the information I'm going to give you. Mr. Jimmy, he runs the farmers market, and he said, hey, we're kicking it around about making another one up there in St. Augustine, and we can get you in on that, And I told this to the captain. I'm like, hey, I should go down there and, work with these people. And he's like, yeah, do it. Yeah, because if they build it out here, that's where we'll sell our shrimp. I'll put you out there. And I said, I'll sell a lot of shrimp, man. I sure will, man. So that's kind of where we're at right now. We're not going to run the bicycle cross country. Sorry, guys. I have nothing to prove. I've already done it. If I got on my bicycle right now and rode into North America, it would have been the 3rd time that I've done it. And I've gone from Texas all the way to Tampa. And I mean, I've literally crossed this country in both directions on bicycles. Spent my whole life in the carnival business, and I don't even know how many states I've been in. The last time I counted, it was like 44 or something like that. Never been to Alaska or Hawaii, and I have no desire to go to Alaska at all. I think their summer only lasts like 2 weeks. You can count me out. Alrighty, guys, that's where we're at, and it seems too that you all are paying more attention to being nautical. Maybe it is called Pirates or Us after all. How many pirates live in Missouri? You know what I mean? Maybe I should hang around here by the water. Yeah. Well, remember what I say, guys. Love the one you're with, and I will keep you in the loop.